Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we uncover the hidden stories behind every financial report, and tonight we are diving deep into Adobe's latest 10K filing. Get ready because we're about to decode their massive business and see if their creative software empire is still painting a pretty picture. Before we dive in, if you love getting these nonsense breakdowns of corporate filings, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. We also have a fantastic community over on Discord where we dissect these reports together. Links are in the description below, so come join the party. Alright, so Adobe, the company that pretty much defined digital creativity and productivity. Their fiscal year ended on the 28th of November 2025, and they've just dropped their annual report on us. This report is packed with details about their business, their risks, and crucially, their financial performance. Think of it as the blueprint of their entire year. The big question is, how did Adobe fare this past year? They're in a super competitive space, constantly innovating, especially with AI now shaping everything. This filing is key to still on top of their game, or if new challenges are stealing their thunder. Let's talk about their stock. Adobe's common stock trades on the Nasdaq under the ticker ADB. Now, looking at their stock repurchases this past quarter, they bought back a significant amount of their own stock. For example, in the period from the 25th of October to the 28th of November 2025, they repurchased 2.8 million shares. This is a way for companies to return value to shareholders, and it can signal that management believes the stock is undervalued. Over the 3 months ending the 28th of November 2025, they bought back a total of 7.2 million shares. This program is a pretty big deal for Adobe, and it shows a commitment to shareholder returns. Now let's get into the meat of it, the financial performance. They've seen strong demand across their digital media and digital experience offerings. This is driven by their focus on innovation and making their products more customer-centric. They're really pushing their AI capabilities, and this is clearly showing up in their subscription revenue growth, which is their bread and butter. Let's look at the top line. The total revenue for fiscal 2025 Adobe brought in a massive $23.77 billion. That is up 11% from the previous year. This is a healthy increase, showing they're growing even at this massive scale. Subscription revenue is the real star here, making up 96% of their total revenue at $22.9 billion. This subscription model is fantastic for predictability and steady income. Their digital media segment, which includes things like Creative Cloud, Photoshop, Illustrator, and Acrobat, is their biggest moneymaker. Revenue here hit $17.65 billion, an 11% jump. This segment serves everyone from professional creators to everyday consumers trying to get work done. The fact that it is growing steadily means their core products are still highly in demand. Then there is the digital experience segment, which focuses on marketing professionals and customer experience tools. This brought in $5.86 billion for fiscal 2025, a 9% increase. While smaller than digital media, it is still a significant part of their business and showing solid growth. Subscription revenue within this segment also grew nicely by 11%. Backing up these revenue numbers is their customer-focused strategy. They're segmenting their approach for business professionals and consumers versus creative and marketing professionals. This allows them to tailor their products and marketing better. For example, they are seeing great traction with their Acrobat solutions for the business professionals and consumers group, showing that even established products can be revitalized with new features like AI assistants. One key metric they highlight is their annualized recurring revenue, or AR. This is like a crystal ball for their future subscription income. Total Adobe AR reached an impressive $25.20 billion at the end of fiscal 2025, a 11.5% increase year over year. This steady growth in RB is a really strong indicator of their business health and customer retention. Now let's talk about the cost to generate that revenue. Total cost of revenue was $2.55 billion. This is up 8% from last year. While revenue grew faster than cost, their gross profit margin is holding strong at 89% across the whole company. This means for every dollar they make, they're keeping about 89 cents before other expenses. That is incredibly efficient. Adobe's operating expenses were $12.51 billion. This includes their investments in research and development, sales, and marketing and general administration. Research and development is up 9%, showing they are continuing to pour money into innovation. Sales and marketing also increased by 13%, which makes sense as they expand their reach and push new AI features. And what is the bottom line after all those revenues and costs? Adobe reported a net income of $7.13 billion. That is a significant 28% increase from the previous year. This shows they're not just growing, but they're becoming more profitable, which is always a good sign. Finally, they paid $1.60 billion in income taxes. Their effective tax rate was 18%, which is lower than the US federal statutory rate. This is due to various factors including non-US operations and tax credits. A lower effective tax rate means more of their earnings stay with the company. Now, no company operates without risks, and Adobe is no exception. Their report highlights several key areas. They're worried about keeping up with rapid technological changes, especially with AI. If they don't innovate fast enough, they could lose ground. Competition is another huge factor. They're up against big tech companies and nimble startups, all vying for a piece of the digital pie. The development and use of AI itself brings complex ethical and regulatory challenges. Imagine governments regulating AI all over the world, creating a patchwork of rules they have to follow. Their reputation is also a massive asset and potential vulnerability. Things like security breaches, bad product launches, or even public policy disagreements could harm their brand and customer trust. They also acknowledge that acquisitions are risky. Integrating new companies can be messy and doesn't always deliver the expected value. Cybersecurity is obviously a major concern. They handle vast amounts of user data, so any breach could be catastrophic. They detail their security processes and governance, and it seems like they take it seriously, but the threat is always evolving. Then there are the legal battles. Adobe is facing a significant lawsuit from the Department of Justice regarding their subscription cancellation practices. Allegations include not being clear about terms and not making it easy to cancel. This could lead to substantial penalties and changes in how they do business. They are also dealing with securities litigation related to past public statements about competition and shareholder derivative actions. These legal issues can be costly and distracting. When you look at the whole picture, Adobe is a powerhouse. Their subscription model provides incredible financial stability, and their AR growth shows they are effectively retaining and growing their customer base. The increasing profitability is a testament to their efficiency and strong market position. They are clearly investing heavily in AI, both internally with their Firefly models and by integrating partner AI solutions, which is crucial for staying relevant. However, the risks are substantial. The pace of AI innovation means they can never rest on their laurels. Intense competition and evolving regulatory landscapes, especially around AI and data privacy, could create significant headwinds. The DOJ lawsuit is a particularly concerning point, as it could impact their revenue streams and operations if they lose or have to make extensive changes to their business practices. Overall, Adobe remains a dominant force in the creative and digital experience space. Their financial performance is strong, their strategy is clear, and they are making significant investments in future growth areas like AI. But they have to navigate a complex and ever-changing landscape of competition, regulation, and evolving technology. The legal challenges are something to watch very closely, as they could have a material impact. Alright, that is our deep dive into Adobe's 2025 10. What do you think? Are they still the undisputed king of creativity, or are the risks starting to catch up? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this analysis useful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more decoding of the corporate world. And don't forget to join our Discord community linked in the description for more real-time insights. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.